Good morning, folks. Frank Zavilla here. 1/14/2025 is 8:50 in the morning. Uh, like I posted earlier, breadth pretty much across the board is negative, right? We had a decent here retracement in the market. For the most part, the IWM was down 8%. We had the breadth flip here just for a couple of days, and then we flipped again. Really good first couple of days. But then right over here on this big down day, a lot of the gains were given up because things just turned sour. That's when we had the quantum stocks take a nosedive. But either way, breadth is still negative, right? So when it comes to this for short-term trading, what we're looking to do is very simply, we're looking to take advantage of these flips as much as possible and then kind of like stay away when we're underneath the 5-day moving average. We got a small gap up this morning, but tomorrow we have the CPI number that's coming down. It's going to be a market moving event. And we also have some major banks reporting: Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citigroup. They're going to kick off the earnings season. So we'll see what happens then. But the CPI is a major event. So either way, I have a watch list, right? Just for academic tracking purposes, just to see if things start to change, right? It's right over here, 114. And this watch list, I made it up pretty much yesterday in the afternoon as I was going through stocks. And what's important here is I made a post the other day in the room about, studying certain stocks. So here on my watch list, I have here this little column that says plus 4% and 3 times the average daily 20-day volume, right? This is probably one of the most, this scan right here is the one that produces the biggest short-term winners percentage-wise, right? Here I have stocks that have traded over 25 million shares or more on at least one day in the last 40 days. This is another one of my favorite scans because sometimes, I've been making up this list called the wow factor stocks, where stocks that are dead, right? Like I said in that old video from 2017, dead out of the blue, news comes out, stock skyrockets, and then you wait until it consolidates for a few days, 10 to 15 days, and then you're ready to pounce on that second move higher, right? But the ones that have constant accumulation, constant days of 25 million shares or more, they tend to do a little bit better. And again, these are, like, for example, these are color candles. I have color candles on my TC2000. White just means all the days that the stock traded over 25 million shares. This yellow one right over here, that's an inside day candle. And this little blue color here, that's an inside day on the lowest volume in the last 10 days. If you take a look at some of my old videos, you'll see the significance of what I believe is significant about those candles. But either way, right? So as I'm going across, all these stocks have something in common. They've all pulled back multiple days in a row, right? And what we're looking for here is a change of the pattern. What we have here is a pattern of lower highs and lower lows over the last 6 days or 5 days. And what we're looking for is a change of a pattern, right? A stock making, breaking the previous day high. But again, I'm not looking to take any of these stocks, but just wanted to show you the stock over here trades 25 million shares on this day. It's up 4% or more and 3 times the volume right over here as well. It's pulled back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. This yellow line right over here is a 21-day moving average. So again, if the market was cooperating, the buy point on this stock would be breaking 224, call it 226, 227, 230. The stock would be here at this low. SLDP, very similar situation. A couple of big updates here. Traded 10 million shares. 6 million shares, 15, and then right over here 48. This is a stock that was trading here 1 million shares just the other day. Okay, it's pulled back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. Here's a 21-day moving average. Again, very simple. It's a break of this high, 172. Buy stop 175. Stop right over here on 159. BE, very similar situation. Big move here, 64 million shares. That was on 11/14 or 11/14 after the market closes. AAP has an agreement with the Bloom Energy to fuel data centers. Stock goes up. Some call buying, 22% short interest. Really couldn't get going after this initial move over here. But either way, down 4 days in a row. 50-day moving average is here, this red line. And again, buy stop 23, 30, stop 21. Now, the market is oversold. The market is down multiple days in a row. So we can get a decent bounce here for the next couple of days and still be in a downtrend. The problem is that tomorrow before the market opens, we have a major moving event that can override whatever, the oversoldness of the market, at least in the short term. And that's the reason why in a situation like this, all these stocks look very enticing. Risk reward ratio, they all look great. The problem is that if you really want to play it safe, then you only have today. You got to sell these things today, or else take that overnight risk with this market moving event. Rivian, RVIN, same exact thing. This 25 million shares here across the board. The stock trades a lot, so the 25 million shares for this one particular stock doesn't mean as much as the other ones that barely trade. But either way, down multiple days in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. Nice little reversal yesterday. Same pattern. It's got to go to the previous day high. 1363 is the high. You put a buy stop a few cents above. Stop here at 1301. INVZ. Similar situation. Here's a stock. Okay, just like the video says, a stock that's dead. It's trading 555,000 shares here, trading near 52-week lows, and suddenly news comes out. It trades 7.4 million shares here. It trades 35 million, 16 million, 25 million, 84 million. INVZ, a tier 1 supplier of high-performance automotive grade Linda sensors, collaborating with NVIDIA. So again, down multiple days in a row to the 21-day moving average. High here is 169. The buy stop would be a few cents above 169, a couple of cents above, and the stop is this low here. Okay, STEM, similar situation. Stock is trading 6.3 million shares right over here. Actually, not bad over here, but look, near a 52-week low, right? This is the pattern, right? And if you go through the best performing stock, which we're going to do right after this, since I have a little time. If you go through the best performance stock on a 3-month basis, you're going to see the same exact thing, okay? 99% of stocks have the same pattern. It's just a matter of executing and making sure that you get involved in these situations in the correct market environment. So stem cells is an AI-enabled software for clean energy. I call this a wow factor stock because 48 million shares, 66, 25, 36, 80, 46 million shares, down multiple days in a row. High here is 71 cents. It's already gapping up to 85 cents. That's a huge move in such a low share price stock. But again, all the stocks in today's list are down multiple days in a row, which fits with the market environment. Okay, normally you hear a lot of people say, hold on to, look at what's been holding up the best, but usually in an oversold market, what jumps the most and moves the most are the stocks that have been beaten up the most. Okay, CRNC, again, another stock here is trading 748,000 shares, 599,000 shares. It's barely trading. Then suddenly here it trades 77 million shares. AI, next generation in-car experience. This is a rival of SOUN, which did it really well. They recently announced a collaboration with chip maker NVIDIA. That's the new thing, right? So it trades 161 million shares right over here, 67 here, down multiple days in a row. Still, what I like about these is that sometimes they trade a tremendous amount of volume, then the volume dries up, right? This here is, traded 3.9 yesterday, 6 million here, and 9.7 million shares here. Again, down multiple days in a row, going through that high of 1490. That'll be the trigger, and the stop will be here at 1360. But again, the market environment is not conducive to take these trades. And if you do, you got to take them very small. FUAV, another one, trading 122,000 shares here, 40,000 shares, 125. Then suddenly here news comes out, 23 million shares and 5 million shares and 259 million shares down multiple days in a row. This one, volume has dried up significantly. It's 919,000 shares, but it's a 60-cent stock. But either way, I think by now you get the point. Buy stop 65 cents. Over here you have to use at least a 21-day moving average as your stop. MBOT, Robotics, another stock that's left for the dead. Okay, trading 171,000 shares. Then news comes out right over here. Or it has a big move because it's a theme play. Robotics starts to, they start talking about robots. 2.7 million shares, 3.5, 252, 65 million. Now it's down. Again, in a strong market, this is my type of setup, right? Although with these small names, you have to give them more room, right? Because you can't be doing 4 to 5% stops on these stocks. I mean, you can, but the chances of you being stopped out on a normal move are pretty high. So here, it's, high here is 188. Here's the 21-day moving average. I mean, for me, you have to give it to the 21-day moving average with this type of setup. But again, this is not the market to do it with. LUNR, Intuitive Machines. Again, here's another stock. A while ago, wasn't trading much. News starts to come out. The stock gaps up here, 141 million shares. And then you can see here how it consolidates for about 15 days. These yellow arrows is when I purchased the stock, right? So if it was probably right over here going through this high, right over here, prints an inside day. This is 1010. Where am I here? 1010. Okay, so it printed an inside day at 1010, 1011, long, 740, inside day on the lowest volume in the last 10 days, 4x3, and then it's got a decent move here of about 15%, and then here it goes again, consolidates. Here's an inside day right over here. You can barely see it, but you can see a little blue candle. This is on 11.5, 11.6 long, 8.10 inside day through high, and it's got it had a significant move right over here. Okay, so here the stock traded a few days. It traded over 25 million shares. It's down multiple days in a row. 1727 is the high. Again, same exact thing. So the normal under a good market environment, the buy stop would be 1730, 1735, stop at 1586. You can probably make the stop even less than that, probably right over here, 1628. BBAI, similar situation, stock trading 1.7 million shares, not much, and it starts to make a move in heavy volume, 59 million shares, 52, 71, 104. And I think what kicked this off was very simply, it was some puts that were sold, which is very bullish, some calls that were bought, and I believe that there was a story out there that BBAI could be as successful as Palantir Technology, which was, made a huge run. Either way, this stock was pretty much dead. I mean, you can see it. I mean, nothing's going on, and then the volume starts to pick up. It's down 1, 2, 5 days in a row. This is the 50-day moving average. Again, 313, 315 buy stop here at 285. OKLO. Again, same thing. Look at this volume pattern here. 37 million shares, 54 million, 49, 55, 45, 30. It starts to go sideways. 50 million shares here. We got involved right over here the other day, going through this high, 13, 22.76. It was an inside day through the high wow factor stock because again the volume. It was a theme play, nuclear. It looks nice now, right? 23.81 is the high. It's already gapping up to that buy stop, but again down multiple days in a row. Right, that's what we're looking for. Tesla, we all know Tesla. Almost hits 500 pullback again. It's gapping up, but I think again Hood, same thing. Lucid, same exact thing. Google, again, same exact thing. And Apple Computers. I think by now you get the point. So now going back to that 4x3 scanner, right? So I think the best way to know what works in the short term is by studying or by going over the best performance stock. So here we're going to go over the best performance stock on a 3-month basis. Okay. It starts with QUBT. And again, what we're going to see is the same pattern that I said back in 2017. We have a stock that's dead. You can barely see the stock trading here. It's trading 200,000 shares. Then news comes out, 100 million, 252, 105, 133. So what you want to ask yourself, when did the move start, right? What happened that day? What triggered? And what you can see here, these purple candles are stocks that are up 4% or more and 3 times the volume. You can see here, now it's being littered, right? You can buy the stock here in that first day, right? Especially something like this where you can see that it's the first day which has significant volume, and you know, if you pick them up quickly, you can use the low of the day as your stop, and you might have a good chance of not being stopped out. But although you might have to buy some of these things already up 10 to 15%. Or the easier route is to wait for it to calm down, consolidation. Here's an inside day, right? Down multiple days in a row. Here's an inside day through the high. You had a nice move here in the short term. Roughly, that's a lot. Wow, 234%. Here's another inside day. This one did not trigger, but here you have the consolidation. Trading sideways for roughly about 11 days, and then off to the races it goes, right? Here, MIVS, same exact pattern as QUBT. No volume here. Stock barely trades. Now here it trades 1.1 billion shares. It goes up. You can get involved here in this madness, right? Trade it, day trade it. That's really not for me. But look here how it goes down multiple days in a row. You get the volume contraction, you get the price contraction here. And then this is an inside day right over here on the lowest volume in the last 10 days. And then that's your trigger. Okay, similar situation right over here. Another big move, volume stays, and there it is. And here's your move. And this thing still looks good, right? LAES, same thing, right? So now we're 3 for 3. Stock barely trades. It's trading 532,000 shares at 36 cents stock. Now here's the big volume moves, 40 million, 224, 255, 203, right? Nice move. You get a nice little pullback. This is probably actionable right over here through this high, and then look. Right, so that's the scan, right? This is the reason why if you have TC 2000, I put the scan there. We, as a group, should be on these names every single day as a group, right? So we don't miss not a single trade from these things, right? So you go, you look at them, you see if you can find the news of that day, and then we just keep tracking, wait for them to consolidate the right way. But look, now they all have the same thing. Now we are 5 for 5. I'm not going to spend much more time on this, but I just want you to look at this. Look at the candles, purple, inside day, right? Same pattern. Stock is dead for the last whatever years, barely trades. Look at this. And then this happens. Volume comes in. You get the consolidation here, right over here. Price contraction, volume contraction, off to the races. Down here multiple days in a row. This one didn't work out, but it's the risk reward that matters. Here, down multiple days in a row, stock is gapping up. Nuke, same exact thing. QMCO, same exact thing. HTCO, same exact thing. I'm going to go for the next minute and a half, okay? ALGS, same exact thing. We're asking ourselves, where did the move start? How did it look beforehand? What happened? ARQQ, same exact thing. DATS, same exact thing. QUBTS, same exact thing. Now we are 14 for 14, same exact pattern. CRNC, NXCL, same exact thing. CRMX, same thing. Zivia, the same. WNW, the same. NXRP, the same. WKEY, the same. PRCH, the same. RVSN, the same. TARA, same exact thing. ALTS, pretty much the same thing. So now we're 25 for 25. PDYN, same exact thing. Dead. 93,000 shares. News, 82, 39. Consolidates, right? Volume contraction, price contraction, right? That's when you want to be ready to get involved. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that, but I suggest you do that. You can probably go through the top 100 best performing stocks in the last 3 months, and I can almost assure you that 95% or better of the stocks are going to have the same pattern. Same, 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 same. We could keep going. All right. So trade them well and be well.